And it feels good to be back, man.
Charlie.
Feels good to be doing this again.
I was telling him, we've wasted 9 months.
9 months?
Yeah, the
already?
Last episode was 23rd December. 23rd
Wow.
or 20th? Yeah, 23rd.
It doesn't even...
You know the guy said, but it doesn't feel like it's been 9 months.
So if your girl was pregnant, like by now,
yeah, by now you did Ridge Hospital.
Delivery time, wow.
Yeah,
9 months comes by so fast.
Shit. But 9 months actually.
Oh, okay.
But it's funny, life is moving fast.
I'm telling you.
You just wake up in the morning, Adiasa, then like just like that.
You know, my show makes it even more apparent for me. Like I was telling my colleague the other time, we come Monday, like everybody's is in, and then we just start, AM club, blah 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 blah. Before you know,
Friday they wrap up for the week.
In fact, by Wednesday we know say Charlie.
The weekend.
I know how the rest of the week is gonna go.
Serious,
it's just
crazy.
And it's the same time. It's not like time has moved faster or something. It's the same time.
Same 24 hours. And the thing is, see, if you get some plan and start doing them now, it's a time no day.
It's our really.
Oh, I say way.
But why?
No, I don't understand these niggas. No. Whenever we mention marriage, they point at me.
You be the gang leader.
That's good.
No. Munya Boshe.
Perhaps God is shining his light on you.
It was just last year and I found my first kaftan. Munja is out there.
See, after they mention your name.
Oh, I'm fine. Pamucho, sisters.
We will be prayer points.
Sisters, one of their prayer points.
We will be prayer points.
Why? Sometimes 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, I can't sleep.
We will be prayer points.
Free us. We are sorry. We are
God
sorry.
Is
when we are ready, we'll come and chase you. Come and chase you. Charlie.
Anyways.
What's going on? Mr. Nambo is here.
If they talk, say, I'm expert in
I told you.
Insecurities.
Yeah, insecurities.
I take offense to that. I'm an expert in insecurities.
in dealing with insecurities.
Maybe when it comes to physical, we're talking about
body
physical,
positivity.
Body positivity and all that.
I think the last question was like, how do you best improve your partner's belief in themselves when it comes to their physical appearance? And the example was, what if your wife just gave birth, right? She couldn't, is that what, snap back? That's the name, right? Yeah. She couldn't snap back real quick and the fupa is still there and everything. You are trying. Man was saying you can do things like leave her notes in the morning. You know the papa room, your man, they know I'm here, romantic things. Really bore me, self. Just make breakfast for her, buy nice clothes for her. But my objection was, she still looks in the mirror. She knows what she sees, right? Okay, you are trying your best, and at some point she might even feel like you are doing that out of pity. Right? He doesn't want me to feel bad. That's why he's doing that. How do you handle these things?
I mean, this is a tough one.
Yeah.
This will be a very tough one. But like man said, I mean, it starts from somewhere. It starts with the mind, definitely. Like you said, you can leave a note, but then when she wakes up and goes to the bathroom, she'll look at herself and say, Charlie.
Is he mocking you?
I mean, for women, we can't understand. That's what I want there. You won't understand.
Your people.
So, yeah. But I think, when it comes to, overall, when it comes to, let's say, working out and being in shape and being in good health, I was telling someone the other time that in the last 2 years that I started working, because I started working out like 2 years ago, I'm even surprised at myself at the way I have taken this so seriously.
I'll go sign up.
No, I mean, look, the secret is one when it comes to this healthy living and working out in the gym and all that. It's just about, it sounds cliche, but there has to be a goal.
Okay. There
has to be a catch. For anyone you see in the gym today who has been there at least 2 years and more, there was a catch. There was a goal for them. And I'm not talking about, my goal is I want to be a size 8 in the next 6 months, or no, that's not the goal. It has to be something rewarding for you, something that you want to. It's not even the workout. For instance, for me, I remember twice. I tried it twice. So I told the story before. Upcoming actor. I want to get roles. I want to do stuff, and I had opportunity to shoot Husband for Daddy.
Okay.
With Sparrow Studios, and after the project, the last day I was going, Shelly was like, she was praising me. It was like, because I started working with her way back in 2013, right after school. I did about 3 projects with her before we shot her husband for daddy in 2019, and she was like, I really love your improvement. And Perfect Picture, 10 years later is coming.
Yeah.
I want you to be in it.
Your heart will dance.
Now, I have a thing with Perfect Picture. As a young boy in Legon, level 100, School of Performing Art, the first one, the first Perfect Picture, I joined Brian Teachiments in White Chalk. He was my guy on campus then.
Okay.
He bought the rights from Sparrow Studios to premiere it on campus. So, level 100 boy, I'm in the School of Performing Arts. This is what I want to do. So I was excited about it. Those days people were watching Adam's Apples and all that. Yeah. So Sparrow Studios was, or still even is, it's a big deal. So I participated in the promotion of it, and look, you see John DeMello, you see Nashoko, you see like, this is what I want to do, man. These people, I can do this. So there was so much joy when Shelly told me that they're doing it 10 years later, and I was like, you have no idea how much this will mean to me.
Did you actually feel like you've worked for it, like you've
absolutely absolutely, because 2008 Perfect Picture, 2008 or 2009, I was in level 100 then in 2013 I had my first opportunity to shoot with Sparrow Studios. Then in 2019, I got another project. Then they were about to do 10 years later of that project. I saw as a young man in Legon, Charlie. The only problem was that the role I was going to play, I had to look very fit.
Wow.
I had to look very fit. So, and at the time, Charlie, corporate boy, we reach home, we just find some Indomie seller, Charlie. So those days, the stomach was on a belt, Charlie, we're tired. Just living our lives. But then because this meant a lot to me, Charlie, and I had 3-4 months to prepare for it. Charlie, how do I lose weight and be fit in 4 months? I tried, bro. I tried. I gave up in 2 months. I gave up in 2 months. I was supposed to send results and all that. By the time I realized, 10 years later, Perfect Picture was in the cinemas, and Charlie, he pained me. Bro, he pained me. It felt like I'd failed myself. So the catch was not even me wanting to look good. It was because I wanted to be in the project, and that didn't happen. Well, fast forward, God didn't forget me. 2021, there's this role I played as Mason. 21 days later, Sparrow Studios again, and that one too, they said, you have to look fit. You have to, and this time I had about 6 months.
Okay.
Bro. And I think that's where this started for me. I just went hard. Even Shelly was impressed. It's like, Charlie, every Saturday at the Legon Stadium, before they started renovating it, at the run, I'm doing everything I can just to look fit, And lo and behold, 6 months later, I wasn't Mauli Gabo. I wasn't some sexy, but you could see the effort that in 6 months I had done so. Anyways, long story short, I'm talking too much.
Oh, no. This is why we needed him.
long story short, fast forward, I got the role, played it very well. One of my best projects, I must say. Nice. And from there, I liked what I saw. Yeah. So I was like, heck no, we're gonna continue this thing. It was, it was tough, but then 2 years after I've added like boxing, I'm doing all these other stuff. It's become so fulfilling for me. So I think back to the question of how to help your partner. Honestly, you have to look for something that your partner wants so bad, and use the workouts to get to that thing. A friend of mine, who she really wants to lose weight. So I was like, okay, what do you love doing? And she said she can't work out. She can't lift weights. She can't do it, but she can walk. I said, okay, we'll start from there. Let's walk. Let's just walk. Do you love music? Do you love podcasts? You like listening to podcasts? Okay, so Saturday mornings, let's say 45 minutes, 1 hour of your podcast. Can you do it walking? And because she loves the podcast, yeah, why not? So I'm walking, I'm listening to my favorite podcast. If you don't walk, you're not listening to the podcast. You understand? Yeah. So if she wants to enjoy the podcast, she has to walk. And every Saturday, she's here on campus. Like, she's going. Sometimes it's so difficult. She'll call me and say, Charlie, today, dear, I know this. But I'm like, Charlie, don't.
Saturday morning today, we're watching this slap, Charlie.
Bro, don't stop. So with your partner, you have to look for something that means so much to your partner, and you craft very, very strategic ways to get her to pursue that thing while, helping her lose weight. So if it's the feeding, is the walking, is the even running, let's go jogging, something. There has to be an ultimate catch for the person, because without that, truly people give up. I'm telling you, people start a gym, they register a gym.
I told him I go 1 month pay.
See, I have a question, because now growing up, our parents did that to us.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't pass or get this grade, then
Christmas shirt.
If they go fast, if you don't take a shower, you are not eating.
Yes.
You see the food in the kitchen, you are not touching the food until you take a shower.
So that was when we were growing up. Now I'm older. I'm taking care of myself. If I decide not to go to that work, there's nothing you can do.
Of course.
You understand?
But then what are the consequences for you?
That's what I'm saying. Like,
right?
Would
you rather just sit and now you see your friends going out wearing all the dresses and it will pain you?
You know what? But you putting those measures in there for her to, like, okay, you like walking, but there's this podcast you like listen to. Let's listen to the podcast whilst you're walking, right? Somebody will be like, because of familiarity, you're my boyfriend or my husband. I'll be like, today, every day I keep giving you excuse. Every day I keep giving excuse. What are you going to do about that one?
Look, that's an unwilling partner. That's someone who's not willing to.
So how do you handle that?
I mean, it's going to be tough. Like, honestly, this is, if the person is not willing to do anything at all, man, then Charlie, your prayers must be hard, and you have to find. The thing is that nobody's going to do it. Where are you going to get the solution from? You have to find a way with.
The people who are saying they don't like the way they are looking are not doing anything about it.
And I keep telling people that's because there's nothing they are looking forward to. Do you understand? There's nothing they're looking forward to. If you're looking forward to something, you see,
waist trainers.
Even with
no, but even with waist trainers, you still have to put in some work. It doesn't do much.
Of course, they don't just wear the waist trainers. Apparently, they work out.
You have to work out with it.
Have you had something you want? Is there anything in your life you've wanted so bad and you had to do something to get it?
Of course, of course.
Even if you're chasing a woman, bro, there are certain things that may not come to you naturally. You understand? But because you like this girl so much, you find ways and means, because there's a catch for you. There's something you're looking forward to. Without that, you will not pursue.
I totally agree.
That's the truth. If you want to succeed in life, there are certain things you need to cut down.
I think it's quite basic.
It's very basic.
It's quite basic. But
some
that's
people
actually
want to have
true.
it all the way. Like, they don't want to do anything, but they want to get there.
And the funny thing is that people think when it comes to working out too, and we are still talking about body positivity, when it comes to working out too, bro, it's not a 6 months thing.
Charlie.
People need to understand.
That's the problem.
It's not a 6 months.
I was in the gym for a month, and I think for the 3rd week, I'll be doing I'm checking my biceps. I don't really see anything. Charlie, I'm like, what's this? And the guy was like, bro, 6 months, 1 year, 2 years, like, keep going. I think that the most important thing is consistency as well, right? Like, if you can't cry, your push-ups at home, your skipping, your whatever, basic things that maybe today you had to rush out. Good excuse, but you can't just leave without doing anything. And I think it comes down to how bad do you want it.
That's what I'm saying.
How bad do you want? Do you really want to be the way you are?
The proof of desire is pursuit. That's what it is. The proof of desire is pursuit. So I'm telling you, if somebody says I don't like the way I look, and they don't want to even come halfway with someone who wants to help them, trust me, they really like the way they look. They really do like the way. I'm telling you, they really do like the way they look.
Down, they don't.
It hasn't gotten there. No, it gets to the point. That's the thing. Actually, my tree is very terrible, but like nobody exactly. Nobody can do anything about it but you. So the person has to get to the point where they know that they are failing. They are their lowest. Trust me. If you've not given up yet on your bad behavior, then it's not bad enough.
True.
It's not bad enough.
True. I actually really agree with that.
It's not bad enough. True. And there's nothing for you to look forward to. Honestly,
I think it's. I agree with what he's saying, because it's like, how bad is it? are you outgrowing all your clothes? To the point where you have to literally overhaul your wardrobe.
Do you understand?
It's going to cost you money.
You understand?
Instead of actually putting in the work to cut it down, but I think there's even one part of insecurity. Now we're talking about something earlier as well, right? The relationship part of insecurity. That's another twist to it, where you have a partner who is like, it's like they love you everything, but they want to go through your phone, know who you are talking to, know your female friends. How best do you just cut that person off? Because man was saying something like he pays attention to those things during the talking stage. So he would even know whether he wants to continue with you or not, right? Mm-hmm. But then you like this person, you know this person likes you, but that's that one thing that feels like it could be born out of childhood traumas or whatever it is. But they seem to have this thing where they always want to know who you are talking to. They don't trust you with girls. Maybe you are going out with the boys. Are you sure you're going out with the boys? They want to go through your phone. It's like, how do you deal with something like that? Do you actually try to help the person mentally that, I need you to trust me? But then it's your word against their thoughts, right? So how do you manage a thing like that? Like, you really like the person, you see yourself with the person, but this person always wants to go through your phone and breaching your privacy. It's like, how do you deal with an insecure partner?
How are you able to tell during the talking stages? I mean, for some people, you'll be able to tell. Mm-hmm. For some people, you never know until the relationship has become... It's a full-blown relationship.
Some people don't...
Full-blown relationship.
See, he said something like he loves communication, and I think most guys do. As much as I know, at least my circle of friends, I know my guys.
Communication was some way.
At least in my circle of friends, my guys, I know it's a big thing for us, right? Even in our friendship, we talk a lot. But then, what if she doesn't? Or let's not even make it a gender-specific thing. As you said, there may be guys that are very bad with. I saw one guy sent a tweet today. He said one girl keeps calling him for over a year now. He doesn't answer. When the girl meets him in town, she will now go and ask, "Hey, I call you, you don't answer." Then she will try and call again. And he's expecting her to get the hint. Bro, tell her, I don't want you to call me. Like, how hard is it?
Remind games.
Yeah, what's this long thing? Like, a year. Does it make sense? I get it. But like, you love communication. What if your partner doesn't? It's not the best when it comes to communication. So you expect your partner to tell you that, oh, okay, I'm insecure. They won't tell you.
No, nobody says something.
They won't tell you.
Honestly speaking, it's all in the actions, right? If you sit with a girl and another girl calls you, look at your phone and look at her.
Maybe she's just jealous, which is normal.
You see, you are seeing the signs, but you are calling it another name.
Really?
That's how it starts.
You don't get that? You don't get that sometimes when you're with your girl and a call comes to, first of all, you're human beings. You're curious to even check who's calling. First of all, you're curious. So okay. Then you don't concern yourself. If you discipline yourself so much, then you don't concern yourself. But definitely, man, you will come on. When the phone was doing,
no, but see, what he's saying is true. No, the thing is, maybe she could just, she keeps calling you. It's not like she's insecure, but it's like, leave my man alone, that kind of thing. It happens. Or you think once you see that sign, you have to start like,
No, I mean, come on. Well, hey, everybody's different. They say different folks, different strokes, different folks.
Until you do it repeatedly, for me. It has to be like a consistent thing before I actually flag it. Like, come on, relax. But if it's a one-off thing, maybe once in a while thing, I think.
I guess trust is a big thing in relationship.
I was telling him sometimes you have to even trust blindly.
Yeah, you have to. Yeah, you have to trust.
For
blindly.
GI, like
maturity is trusting blindly. Honestly, that's what maturity
and it's tough,
is. Yeah,
it's not easy.
Very, very tough.
Really tough.
Very tough.
This generation, they don't have it.
Like do we move on too fast?
Guys move on differently.
How? Your man for explain for real. Do you think we move on too quickly?
You've not.
I've been in a relationship for 6 years.
Oh wow.
Wait. Current. Cool down. Cool down. Hey, cool down.
No. Hey.
Wait, you've been or you were?
I were.
I was. Come on. Look, you were in a relationship for 6 years.
Yeah.
Relationship, not marriage.
Not marriage.
You force who?
6
Okay,
years.
cool. That means if I do
We
degree,
need to applaud. We need to applaud you. Hey,
I do
Charlie's
degree. I do
was
4 years.
medicine. Oh.
Yeah, you be
It's
doctor.
medicinal.
You left house job, then you finish.
6 years, man. That's
Solid.
impressive.
You force long
That's
distance
impressive.
or
That's
close
beautiful.
proximity?
No, that's with my kid's mom.
Oh, okay.
Mm.
She was the only person.
Okay.
Right?
Oh no, Ghana
And
boys, we know they cheat. We know they cheat.
Of course.
Yeah, we know they cheat.
So-
Boys don't cheat.
It didn't work out fine, but if
Did you ever encounter that? Where she was jealous about your
A
female
lot.
friends?
6 years, definitely.
a lot.
Did you flag it?
No, we spoke about it. That was when we had our first daughter.
Okay.
right?
Okay.
Like her body started going through changes, started gaining weight, and she did how do you call that thing? The thing where you inject to prevent pregnancy and
Oh, the shots thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Birth control.
birth control.
Okay.
So
Okay.
she was gaining weight
Mhm.
like
Oh, okay.
rapidly. And when I realized that, like sometimes because of my work, I get calls from women. Oh, I want you to do a flyer for me.
Yeah.
Opening my hair salon and all those things. So I was getting a lot of females calling me and started feeling very insecure, right? So what I did was, I set a time we spent together, right? I let them know how I feel about it. It hasn't changed, but at the end of the day, I realized that it wasn't me. It was her friends, social media, like what she was seeing, what her friends were wearing. She couldn't wear those things. She couldn't go out to the
You see the
beach
question
and
I
all
asked
those
you.
things, right?
You can do everything. Yeah.
So it became very challenging for me to help because I was doing everything possible and it wasn't working.
You try prayer.
Share the link, my brother.
Try Jesus, bro. Try Jesus.
Oh yeah, we even did counseling, but
Yeah.
I think it was way beyond something I could fix. It was something she had to
She had to
prepare her mind.
You can tell her
and
she's beautiful, but she still looks at herself in the mirror.
use other people. Use
That's-
other needs. Parents.
That's
like,
where the problem
like,
is.
do you explore that?
Yeah.
Friends, parents.
we did.
You know.
So there was this time, every Saturday, all our friends, we come together, we will go to the beach or we'll go sit somewhere, we'll chill and everything. But at the end of the day, she'll come back to the house and go through
Factory
like,
settings.
Yeah.
You understand? It's like everything just went out the window. And
So this is some hard
It's-
thing. Oh.
it's
Some
So,
hard thing. How do you
I will
how
be
do
an
you
expert
deal with
unless an expert tells us, because
it?
that's what I'm saying. Like
it really
these
comes
things
back to
is
the person. It comes back to the
therapy
person.
And
Because
You-
you've written a nice note for her in the morning. You've gone
Maybe.
to work. Let's say she's on maternity
You know
leave
what?
or whatever.
You know what?
She's alone at home.
Have you explored her lab language? Did you know her lab language?
yeah.
You knew her lab
Yeah.
language. I think that would be
The
one of
best
the
thing to-
best ways to get to
I
the
mentioned
person.
it earlier.
Mm.
Sometimes
Was
you
it
can
quality
do
time
all those
or
things. Hers
what's
was
it?
quality time.
Quality time,
Yeah,
okay.
an act of
Quality
service.
time,
Yeah.
an act of service.
Yeah. So
Charlie,
Charlie,
Your
and
man
you
they
see,
mixologist, they mix.
funny enough,
Throw salt.
those things
Bro.
are things I like to do generally.
Yeah.
So I'm
Even like
always
we be the
cooking
same.
up.
We all will be the same for a year.
So it's
No,
like,
but I'll be the black sheep in me. I know
sometimes
like
you come back from work, dinner, everything is done, the house is clean and everything, and still, that's what I'm saying. Sometimes it's not what you are doing; it's the person as a whole.
It's true.
So I think we also
It's
have to be
true.
careful that people are girlfriends and women befriend.
Yes. It's a whole lot, bro. You have to go.
See, it's your word.
you need-
It's your word against the
Yes.
members of parliament. The
it's true.
elders, the
Yeah.
24 elders.
Charlie.
And they sit down
And
with
especially if they are all looking good, they're all in shape, and
Honestly,
you know,
honestly.
and instead of maybe pulling her along, they probably.
Then
a word or two.
at this time, it was when she was the only person who
Had a baby then.
Had a baby, and all the girlfriends are single, wearing the size 8 and size. So
Tell your man,
it
get the
was-
chat off for your
What's
head
the
inside.
postpartum, you know,
I think
depression.
the depression thing,
Yeah.
right?
could it be that too?
I can't say she was depressed, but because she wasn't looking depressed, she was. There are moments like it dawns on her, and
Oh, then
She's
it
out.
wasn't that bad.
I think it was
If there are
more.
moments.
I think it was more. It's more of a reality thing, right? Where one day, she could even be going through her phone, and then she sees pictures of her from 2 years ago.
It's normal.
Right? It's like, but that's. I'll come back to Godwin's thing. Like, so now you're looking at that picture. How bad do you want to go back to that size?
mm-hmm.
right? This is who I think I should look like. But this is me now.
Yeah.
How bad do I want to get to this? And my man is actually trying to help.
And like you said, the reward thing. When you go, if this is what you want, you know what you're going to get if you get to this size. The self-reward.
No. I mean, yes, it's like that, but it doesn't mean that it's motivating enough to make you...
Like,
yeah. Have you ever been hungry, laying in bed?
Oh, bro, every day. And I for drink new gel, half bottle before I go chop. You can for catch you before you go that food.
Exactly. Yeah. Did you try tough love? Honestly, I think that's one thing that...
I'm not that kind of person.
No, explain
bro,
that.
Look, we're all that kind of person, honestly.
There's me, generally, I'm not tough on people.
Do I look like I can be tough? I'm such a gentle soul, but we must try tough love sometimes.
Necessary.
Sometimes you will invoke.
What do you mean by tough love?
Iron fist.
You know, there's a place for.
Hey, sit down and come here.
No, not hey. No, it's not really hey. You know, there's a place for, you know, being empathetic and you know, being sweet as a man. You know, being nice, like they'll say, guy was sweet, you know. There's that, you know, leave the love notes. Sometimes you drag her to the gym by force. Look, she may not like it. You drag her. You can fight in the car. Or you go for that walk. You force her to, you know. Sometimes women want to be pushed, you know. Sometimes a woman is doing, sometimes they just want you to.
Also sometimes.
From what I've learned. Don't make that mistake. Women, you can never tell. You know, they'll tell you that they're dropping the hints there, read between the lines and all that. Sometimes when you've tried the sweetness, you've tried, you know, being the fine, cool, nice person you are, sometimes try tough love. Some women understand tough love. Okay. You know, you have to be tough on her.
That adrenaline.
I'm telling you, listen, when in me, we are going for, she will argue, she'll cry, she'll sit there in the car. By the time you do 10, 15 minutes of that walk, you see how she come around.
Yeah,
and then as we're having a conversation. And sometimes, I think that's one thing people like me and you haven't explored. You know, even in my relationships, it's always been, you know, I just wanted to be happy. It'd be nonsense. No, I'm serious. It's nonsense. You know, women don't like sweet guys. Actually, women love tough guys. So women don't like sweet. I'm telling you, they tell you that he's sweet. He's sweet.
That remembers me.
You know, they say the nice guys always finish last. The nice guys always finish last, and it's so true. The nice guys always finish last. Women really don't like nice.
I like him, but it's too nice. It's too nice.
So there will be times, or there should have been times where we're not playing blame games, but in a situation like this, you try tough love. You know, try tough love. Call them mother. Look, you're not being this thing or disrespectful or anything. Or speak to you're not angry in a good way, because good anger is good. Yeah. You know, you have to, Charlie. We need to try explore every avenue you can, bro. Every avenue. So
and lastly, try prayer. Share the link. Share the link. Charlie.
Anyways.
At this point, people have to pay you for therapy. If you're okay. You people drop too many
gems.
Too much.
I am not God with number.
I am not God with number.
This is not my
pass, my nigga.
I'm not.
Charlie, I caught that. Charlie, this was good. You see why I said we needed him.
Oh yeah.
It be Stefan we for catch up. Stefan for can't tell.
He's
a well-traveled young man.
He there.
Has experiences.
I got experience over.
For can't tell we. Charlie,
this is amazing.
So we'll meet for episode 3. Right?
Definitely.
It's good to be back, Charlie.
Yeah, man.
Have you know? We are friends.
We feel quite well cry too much.
It's your yard. For him, you know how. Charlie, guys, yapon.